day 11 of the World Cup. Group C and D are in action. Group stage finales coming up. I mean, main focus here is Group C, right? It's absolute chaos out there. Poland against Argentina. Let's preview that. That's a massive game. All 4 teams can still go through, by the way, in this group. But can Lionel Messi save Argentina against Robert Lewandowski's Poland? He did it against Mexico, pulled something out of nothing that inspired them late on. But, you know, Argentina just haven't looked like their old selves throughout this tournament so far. And Poland, they are a stodgy, tough team to play against. And then you know that Lewandowski's going to put away a chance if he gets it, unless it's from the penalty spot. But that's another matter. So what do you think about Messi coming up against Lewandowski and Argentina coming up against Poland?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time reading Argentina right now, Joe, because they went into that last game against Mexico and they faced a team that came out to stop them, and they succeeded in not being stopped. The question is, do we consider that a success? And I kind of do. As well as Mexico played, and the way Mexico can play that way, very CONCACAF-y, if you will, because the U.S. has done that as well against England, against Iran even. So for me, it'll be who's going to outscore who. And I know that sounds like a goofy thing to say when we're talking about finishing chances, but I think both these teams can score. I'll flip it on its ear. I don't know that I think Argentina will have an easier time stopping Poland than Poland will having to stop Argentina.
Okay, that makes sense. I just got back right there with that.
It took a minute. I know. Yeah, it's on me.
I think something's going to happen in this game. Something tells me Argentina. It's difficult to just click back into just playing at your best at a World Cup. And Poland sit top of the group on 4 points. Argentina sits second on 3 points with a +1 goal differential. Saudi Arabia third on 3 points and -1. Mexico bottom on 1 point and -2. So Argentina know a win gets them in, obviously. So that's the motivation right there. But I just have some worries defensively about them where I didn't really have those before the tournament.
Sure.
But I've just seen enough from Saudi Arabia and against Mexico a little bit whenever they did break forward that it's just a little bit too stretched for me. So I wonder if Poland, it's a difficult situation for them, right? Because obviously they play for the draw, but then you got Lionel Messi. He can never really do that. Given the moment of magic, he can just pull out at the drop of a hat. So I'm struggling with this game. I really am struggling with this game. But I feel like we got to just go with Messi and Argentina to somehow get it done and get into the last 16. Focusing on the other big game in Group C, you mentioned it there, Mexico against Saudi Arabia. Are our true favourites here? Or, Saudi Arabia, can they find that form that helped them get that shock win against Argentina and stun the world? Because, what Mexico need is to beat Saudi Arabia, and they need a Poland win, right? Ideally, and then they get into the last 16. But is that going to happen?
You always wonder when there is a dependent variable, right? That Mexico might know that Argentina is winning, or they might know that Poland's winning. And I think Mexico is the better team. I think they're due for an offensive breakout. And so I do favor them to get a result. But at the same time, again, I kind of want to know what's going on in the other game, because Saudi Arabia has been plucky. And one thing that we've maybe not, I don't want to say that we've overlooked, but we haven't really talked about it. If the World Cup's in South America, we talk about how close it is to some of these teams and how that could be an advantage. In 4 years, we'll talk about how it could be an advantage for Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. to be so close to home. Why haven't we mentioned that it isn't surprising that Northern African teams and Iran and Saudi Arabia have performed well, closer to home? And so I think that there could be some of that to this. And, the Saudis may just be a team of destiny to get out of the group.
Yeah. It pains me to say it, but because I know Mexico is such a great football nation and their fans are so passionate, and they've had their moments at this World Cup, but I think not having that striker up top is huge for them. And there's a huge, huge miss that Raul Jimenez has never been able to recover his form before his horrible injury. So I think Saudi Arabia are going to beat Mexico. And then I think it's going to be Saudi Arabia and Argentina to get through. I think Argentina will do the business against Poland. What do you think? And what's your prediction for the two teams to get out of Group C? Because It's going to be wild. It's been wild so far in that group, but I feel like this is going to go craziness is going to go down to the wire in this group.
Yeah, tell me if I mess up the scenarios, but I think Mexico will win, and I think Argentina will win, and that'll bring Argentina and Poland through.
Yes,
right?
that is correct.
Okay,
that is correct.
That's what I think will happen.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough. I think overall, though, it's just been fun to see Messi just deliver against Mexico, and hopefully he does that against Argentina. But a final quick word on Mexico. Tata Martino, if they do go out of the group stage, is that the end for him with Altry?
Yeah, and I think it may be the end for him almost anyway. Mexico has not been necessarily a confederation. They've not been a federation to stick by their team, by their coach. Tata's 60 years old as well, so maybe he will be looking for something closer to home as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. So head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com for all the latest ahead of that big Group C finale. Poland, Argentina, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, all got a chance of making the last 16. We love that, don't we, Nick? We root for chaos in these World Cup group stage finales, and we are going to get it in Group C one way or another on the final day.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.